This is the tale of how I overcame Shadow of the Erdtree at level 1. Just for context, this was all done before patch 114 neutered Radahn. I won't miss you, Crosslash. Let's not waste any time and get right into the video. I make it to Mog's boss arena, where I meet a new character, Needle Knight Lita, who seems a bit too jazzed about this Mikola fellow. Apparently, kindly Mikola has traveled to the land of Shadow. Lita and her allies want to figure out why. I had nothing better to do, so I dabbed up the Sunset Empyrean and made it into the DLC proper. Now, look at that horizon. God damn, Miyazaki. But the admiring would have to wait, because I had some dying to do, and dying I did. Hostile mobs.
Okay. Oh god. Alright, okay, now you're still spinning. This is disrespectful at this point.
Non-hostile mobs.
Sorry, bud, listen, I know you're cute, but I gotta see what you draw. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. Oh, I was not escaping here.
Bosses.
Why does the Black Jill Knight have an AR-15? Excuse me?
A little Shadow Man who threw rocks that did more damage than most of the early base game enemies and bosses. And last, but not least, get kicked by a glorified tiki torch. It was like a mother's warm embrace if your mother was Casey Anthony. After Watch Mojo's top 10 cringiest deaths, I pick up a Shadow Tree fragment. A little treat from the Daddy Tree. The fragment increases damage given and lessens damage taken, but I decide to abstain from performance-enhancing drugs. Oh, and looky here, a few more NPCs who immediately overshare about how just amazingly sweet kindly Mikola is, while gathering around this Mikola cross. So the ever-youthful Empyrean has apparently been removing parts of himself. What? That cannot be sanitary. And these guys want to follow them? It's crazy how these guys went from 0 to 100 real quick, but I decided to follow the crosses just to see where they would lead. And if you guess a giant fucking door, congratulations. Now I had to watch the equivalent of a coughing baby bench pressing 1,000 pounds, all for the pleasure to battle a horror incarnate. We upgrade from ocean spiders to giant scorpions. Not only that, I think I'm good. It's always bugs and poison swamps with this guy, huh? Why can't I just be like a fucking friendly capybara sometimes? With those abominations behind me, I officially make it to Ballarat, the Tower Settlement. I mean, it's kind of weird to add the modifier Tower Settlement into a location. I mean, if we were to use this today, a very popular place would be called, like, your mom's house, Sanctum of Moans. If you got any good ones, leave them in the comment section below. Sorry about that. Getting back on track, I opted into something I employed in my day-to-day life, and just ignore any issue that is in front of me, because if I ignore them long enough, they'll go away. And I'm also rich. Thanks to this, and in the previous level 1 randomizer run, please watch, I have more runes than I know what to do with. So the 1,000 runes these cringe lords drop won't even be worth the stamina. Unfortunately, I have sticky fingers and need to pick up every shiny I see, so I spent a lot longer than I would have liked here. But on my way up, having dealt with Mr. Endless Swings over here, I took a wrong turn, which led to Queenline's heavy thrusting sword in my face. Queenline put some valiant effort, thrusting his hot, elongated sword all over me with such valiance that I decided to tactfully and bravely retreat, knowing I shall return the favor one day. After getting caught dealing with these fucking birds...
You're telling me the bird with wings that can fly just fell. Just fell and can't get up? Oh, yep, no, there he is. I see him running. Dude, look at little bro go.
No, little stealth mission. I accidentally ruined a communal prey sesh with the boys. Apologies. And make it to the first of many roadblocks.
What? Dude, that thing looks so... It's weird, because it looks awesome, terrifying, and kind of stupid at the same time. It's in this weird, like, limbo. Also, is it 2 men in a trench coat? Is that what I'm seeing?
I don't know if my eyes don't work well, but I have no fucking idea what this guy is doing. This furry moves so erratically, I can't even tell when to fucking attack. Oh yeah, and because of this, the moment the Divine Beast and I make any sort of eye contact, I get an all-expense-paid trip back to the Grace. So let's just say it took a while to figure out this boss's patterns, especially when the fog machine goes vrr and I get slammed back home. At this point, I question if doing this level 1 run constitutes mental illness. But DSM-5 just says get good, so I try a couple more attempts, but you can only take so many back shots from 2 guys in a trench coat before you call it quits. And that's exactly what I did. They too saw some progress. I mean, hey, a phase transition in this household? That's a pretty big deal, but my brain was starting to turn into putty, so I had to try something else. Why not explore? I went back to the Graveyard Plains and just kind of admired the landscape. Somehow, I stumbled into one of the first jails in the expansion. Bellerot Jail was fun. The verticality was sick, though I wish the base game had jails like this. I even got to meet the Bubblegum Gang, which,
Are you serious?
especially Yoda over here too, doing flips and shit, but having shit poise allowed him to be taken down by simple R1 spams. I wish the reward was worth it. Once outside, I obtained a weapon that would become my guiding moonlight, the Great Katana. But more on that later. For now, I can hear the boss music coming back.
Okay, I don't want this fight anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want this to end. Okay, here's the burr. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous right now. Oh, spin the wind fog machine. Okay. Good lift there. That's fine though. I feel bad for the guy behind him. Oh god. Oh, good bleed. Look at that. And the phase transition. Okay, this might be we're downloading him. We're downloading him. Oh god, electricity. Oh, look, chunk. I think if I get like one more bleed off, that should be enough. And the riposte. Nice. Okay. I just can't fuck this up. Oh. Oh, thank God!
On the fourth day, I beat the beast, and all I got was his goofy helmet. But it was perfect for a level 1 like me, raising my strength and dexterity levels, but nerfing the healing done by flasks, which works wonders and fit like a dream. Excited for what will come next, I eagerly sprinted up the stairs to be left with a note from Lita. It seems like kindly Mikola came through here to reach the Gate of Divinity, but the path is sealed off, so she went to the east. Wait. Did she not have to fight that beast thing? I mean, okay. I feel a bit targeted. Like, I put all this effort in and she just gets to move past? Like, come on, man. Like, what the hell is this? So, deciding following her lead is the best course of action, I crossed the Elak Great Bridge, which led me to Castle Ensigns, where I had some fun. I made some memories with the local mages and giants, and I saw a dog, which was cool, until I reached my nightmare. The Twin Moon Knight Relana was a fight that I knew the second I walked in was going to be my personal hell. Her onslaught of swings, nimble dodges, assortment of carrying spells made it next to impossible to keep up, especially when she combos you into an early grave. Realizing this, I had to retire the dual skimmies. They wasted way too much stamina from dual wielding, so I switched to something a little bit more hefty. Now you're asking yourself, why the Great Katana? Are you a weeb? You're a weeb, aren't you? First of all, fuck you. Second of all, it was the only option I had left. I would have liked to use these backblades I found, but it was around that time I realized my save file was fucked due to the rando locking me out of most bell bearings I needed. So I need to make a Sophie's choice. Welcome to my hell. But that hell was actually a blessing in disguise. You see, Big Weeb actually has decent scaling, good posture damage, and most importantly, a fantastic rolling attack that does piercing damage. And it just so happens Mrs. Moon is weak to it. Then you put Frost on that bitch and the fight should be over in no time.
3 days later.
Struggling was getting me nowhere. For the sake of my mental, I took a detour. I wandered around the forgotten Molten Forge, where I gave free backshots to some stone golems and stole some much needed smithing stones, just like how you should backshot that subscribe button and steal some awesome content from me. And also like and comment and stuff. I traveled through Miyazaki's wet dream and told Morn, one of the Mikola fan club members, what I would do when I'm feeling down. Hopefully this doesn't backfire me in any sort of way. Definitely not foreshadowing for something. If you think that was the end, oh no, it didn't stop there. I fell down a funny hole to climb a ladder and arrived at a burnt village filled with jars and shirtless people, which to me sounds like a wild Friday night with the boys. And you know, just because I could, I fucked around in another jail, which was not worth the effort. I went back to Queen Line and gave him the saltiest run back, twice in a row.
That's revenge for earlier, bitch.
Saw some soldiers struggling to deal with a simple ghost flame dragon. Nah, you guys are great. Keep up the good work, boys. They're fucked. Ooh, and witness a great rune shattering, which was probably not that important, unlike the secret pathway. Ooh, such mystery, which led to... I don't understand how the Tarnished can defeat gods, but a little water, and they go into anaphylaxis. Like, it's fucking One Piece. Which means I need to find a lever to lower the water level type situation, which was an awesome change of pace. And then, one of Mesmer's soldiers had to make me pop a blood vessel with this fucking fireball volley that goes at the perfect speed to catch my rolls every time. But that's fine! I'm having fun, so much fun. I choose to pretend I didn't see that tree break underwater. Travel through the broken chair. Oh my god, a fucking another one, dude. Oh my god. Dealt with some rats with wings. And in the classic Dark Souls fashion, I pull a lever, releasing all the water that has accumulated. Mission complete. Now that the water's gone, the bomb level is now walkable. After some hijinks.
Sneak attack! Okay, missed. Oh my. Okay, alright. You know what? That didn't happen. You guys didn't see that? I'm leaving. No, I deserve it. Completely deserve it.
Find myself in the next area. I really feel like I shouldn't be here. The specimen storehouse was a huge vertical labyrinth that seemed to reach the heaven. It had FromSoft's greatest hits all in one. A castle library filled with unexplained horrors and malnourished shadow mages ready to attack, all while I had to figure out how to climb to the top. But let me be honest, dealing with these flaming fun suckers on this tiny, thin walkway 1,000 feet in the air is not how I want to spend my DLC experience. I realized I'd rather die repeatedly to a 7-foot woman who could crush me between those two thick, swords. That didn't make it sound less weird. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, again expecting a different result, but to be honest, looking at the footage, I think I may have some unresolved issues, but as the days passed, I started to understand her better, her timings, her openings, her wants, her dreams, till that light bulb moment. I was overcomplicating it, like I always do. I just had to let her swing at the souls of the damned that accumulated around her until she did one of her 3 please hit me moves and then respond accordingly. Once I figured that out, Phase 1 wasn't that much trouble anymore. That doesn't mean I didn't die a lot. Phase 2 introduced additions to her moveset, more magic, fire, more beams, more swings, more wants, more dreams, which all equated to more deaths. Once her health reaches low enough, she starts doing her twin moon move, which needs to be jumped over. But once you realize that, it was more of a game of stamina management. Until one attempt, it all comes home.
Oh god, okay. Fuck. Perfect. Opening right there. Another opening right here. Okay. We got this. We can do this. Yes. Keep giving me those openings. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, the fucking frost. Let's go. Okay. I like how Miyazaki really thought, like, oh, let's give Melania magic. Like fuck you, dude. Oh god, okay. Okay, there we go. Yes. We love to see those openings. We just love it. We love it in this house. Okay. I want to stagger soon. I know you're feeling it. Your knees are weak. I can feel it. Soon? Oh, Jesus Christ, that was close. Please fall for me. Or not? 2 frost procs before fall? That's crazy. Okay. There it is, perfect. And then we hit her with the... Yes, and the bleed? Oh my god, okay. I think this might be the run, boys. Yes, extra damage, extra proc too. Yes. See, we want the fire. I actually like the fire because it's kind of easier to dodge up close. Oh my god. This is a fucking great run, man. Oh god. Have to remember. Yes, see, that's the problem. It's that move. The fucking extra blade move gets me every time. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, just the same thing. Same thing. I just can't get cocky. I just can't overextend. I just gotta be safe. Oh, that blade proc was nice. Okay. Yes. Fuck yes. Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's like clockwork. Oh god, the moon. Oh my god, yes. Yes. I'm a little upset it wasn't a one hit, but still, dude, that was good. That was nice. That was clean.
To be fair, I spent way too long on her. I clocked in a whopping 5 days stuck on her alone, and to be honest, it did not feel good. At least, I wasn't stuck with Mrs. Pontiff Sullivan anymore. Oh, and look at this. Lita is here. Interesting. Another boss she just kind of skipped. But there was something strange about her this time. She started to go from fanatic to like psycho cult mode, saying the Hornson and the others didn't love Mikola like she did, and started to question their loyalty. Okay, she's crazy. Dryleaf Dan, are you hearing this? Oh, and now he wants to duel. Can anyone be like a normal person? You know, I don't have time to deal with the Heaven Gate rejects over here. I have more important things to deal with. Like getting command grabbed by a giant hippo, even though you dodged out of the way. Look at this. I literally dodged out of the way. But thank God it was a boss that doesn't blow my brains with 50 different moves in quick succession. Just a bullshit command grab. Listen, the hippo wasn't a Jesus take the wheel type boss, but more like a Jesus read the map while I drive type vibe. All to say, phase 1 wasn't too bad. Simple dodges and decent attack windows, and also easy to proc bleed. Phase 2 was kind of interesting though. Having to learn the ins and outs of Porcupine mode was not on my DLC bingo checklist, but hey, I guess beggars can't be choosers. With that godless creature sent to the deepest pits of hell, I explored Shadowkeep from the intended way, which proved to be just as harrowing. New rooms and walkways, and oh yeah, lots and lots of friends. As I kept exploring, I made it back to the specimen storehouse to find an elevator that was screaming to be used. Once at the bottom, I reached a medical ward, it seems, which is home to more of the dastardly bubblegum boys. And to be honest, they're probably part of some tragic narrative about death and decay and how God abandoned them, but to be honest, I'm way too lazy to read flavor text, so they're the bubblegum boys to me, and I'm just gonna travel down further. Till I open the door to find that bridge, which makes me realize that this place has an awful infestation problem, like they need to get an exterminator here pronto to reach a completely new area. The ancient ruins of Ra was night and day to any other area in the game. I almost forgot that the sky was blue and the grass was actually green. I mean, I've been playing this game for 14 days straight. I haven't seen another person's face in a long time. The ruins, though, were not only beautiful on the outside, but a sprawling labyrinth on the inside. Getting lost was just the name of the game. I don't even remember where I'm going half the time, but I knew that slowing down meant death, so I just rode on toward until things started to get rotty. And I won't lie, the rot felt like a bad omen because, see, there's one goddess of rot who I never, ever want to see again. I went up the elevator to find a floodgate. Would this be it? Would I have to fight her again? That's right. If you said who, that's the correct response. Romina, Saint of the Bud, wasn't that hard on paper. She had honest swings, she didn't strike too fast, like some women I knew, and she was beautiful. Only problem was her lower half. The centipede/scorpion thing she's got going on there made my life a living hell, because her tail swings demanded the timing that God would struggle with. So I decided to work smarter, not harder. I got my great katana, see ya dual skimmies, put frost on that bitch again, which worked so well with the native bleed proc, and the Coupe de Grace Bloodhound step, because that astral ward basically trivializes most of her bullshit moves. Even in phase 2, her desperation move became so much more manageable due to the slick dodge out of the way. She just kinda didn't have a response for it. And then, she fell.
Dude, you love when a boss is what fucking kills him. Oh, dude, it feels so good. See you in hell, bitch. Never have to fight you ever again.
The fog gate evaporate. What do fog gates do? Evaporate? Dissipate? Whatever the fuck it does to open to reveal that I need Mesmer's kindling to continue. Okay, who the fuck is Mesmer? And where's his kindling? Well, obviously, it isn't here in Ra, right?
This does not look like Mesmer would be here. Hey, you Mesmer? Oh, you don't look like a Mesmer. Oh my god, dude, this fly. This fly is gonna give me Ajula. Just die. Just die. Just die, please. Just die. You know, I'm going weapon art. That's not making it in.
While riding around, I managed to find Rivermouth Cave, which connected to a huge ravine. Eventually led to this platforming segment. And then towards the end, I met the goat. A goat, but big. Crazy. Miyazaki really just increased the size of a regular goat, and see, that's why he's the goat. Then, after a harrowing torrent ride, I make it to the most gorgeous place I've ever seen in a video game, the Cerulean Coast. It's funny, Miyazaki tends to create the most grotesque creatures I've ever seen in my life. Like, what the fuck is this?
Hello there.
But also, he can come up with some of the most breathtaking landscapes. I mean, god damn. I travel throughout the beautiful coast hoping to find anything of value. Anything. Like, come on, please. Something for God's sake. I'll take a fucking Artia leaf, please. Anything, please. All seemed lost until I stumbled into a huge crater, and at the bottom was something that I never expected. The Coffin Fissure is where things start to get serious. You see, Miquella's been down here too, and he chose to divest the one thing that makes us all human, his love. Which seems to concern me, hence the kindly part of his name. It seems like he's becoming the perfect incel, but I had no time to deal with all the Miquella shit because I was in the game of duck hunt, and I was the fucking duck. These log shits sniped me from a mile away, and running past them did not seem to work, so I needed to harm them just like they harmed me. Which took a good 2 hours to figure out the proper rolling times and positioning. In some uplifting news though, I saw this misbegotten take a leap of faith, which was hilarious. I mean, how fucking stupid could you be, goddamn. But, little did I know, it was I who had to take one as well.
Yippee! Oh my god. Dude, my ankles are about to be shattered in half, dude. I'm gonna be wheelchair bound for the rest of the game. Oh wait, no, it's kind of sludgy. I don't believe that. I would have died. Oh, dude, this reminds me of Madeira. Okay, well, fuck, who the hell's this kid?
The putrescent knight made no sense to me. This motherfucking One Piece character looking ass hits like, something that hits hard. Thank you. I can't, thank you for the applause. I can't process joy anymore. You know you're in for an awful time when the horse's growl just straight up kills you. This was going to take everything I had. I switched my great katana to Jesus mode since holy works well against spooky skeletons. Thanks to my friend's Golden Vow Ash of War and the Holy Shroud and Cracked Tear, I was able to give him execution. But what I learned is aggression isn't the key. All you have to do is just back up until he does this, and then he got one of these. Now his phase 2, the whole arena AoE light show, was tricky to get down at first, but as the frost flames settled, Jesus and I came out as the true victors. And my reward for a good battle wasn't Mesmer or his flames, but a girl. Saint Trina. So now the game is giving me an option to taste the nectar. Now I'm gonna have to respectfully.
I mean, you gotta try it. Like what? Like, come on. Like you can't give me an option. You can. I need to know. Dude, Frank's gulping that up. My God. What? What the fuck?
Nah, this is why you don't drink random drinks on the ground, I guess, you know? And at the moment, I decided to look elsewhere. My search for Mesmer's flame brought me here, Darklight Catacombs. At this point, I was grasping for straws. I'd either find Mesmer, or I'd find a weapon that would help make Mesmer easier, is what I told myself repeatedly as I traveled deeper into the pitch-black catacomb. It wasn't anything special, except for Goat the sequel. Miyazaki's resourcefulness knows no bounds. I mean, goddamn, that's just big boy right there, goddamn. But after this, the vibes went from childlike wonder to pure despair. Listen, okay, Jory doesn't seem that bad, right? On paper, he's just a goofy guy who casts spear and golden arcs, but when you start to do damage, shit like this happens. This is a challenge that would make God's mightiest warriors throw a controller. especially when this fucking coward just TPs away and then casts Spear while his Phantom Squad also casts Arcs. I was at my wit's end. Trying to do it the right way and have a fair fight wasn't working, so I had to use everything in my arsenal. Jump attacks, wild swings, punctual back shots, and playing hide and seek behind tombstones was all I had. And then I managed to crack the code by train backstabbing him into an early grave, which was lucky because we seem to have fought in the graveyard, so cool. But I wasn't out of the woods yet because I just got in them. The Abyssal Woods seemed much more deprived than what I was used to, especially because, oh shit. You know when Torn's scared, that's how you know shit's real. It was really starting to fuck with me. Having all the animals have the maddening eyes was a spooky touch that really added to the eeriness, especially when this NPC was the first line of defense. But Wild Swing stun locks him to death. Unfortunately, it seemed like there wasn't much here. The only noble place I found was this church, and all I got was perfume bottles, which were actually a pretty sick weapon to use, but going back on the attendant path, I found something that would shake me to my core. Oh no, I'm getting Bloodborne flashbacks. Oh, now it's great. The Winter Lanterns are back. Thank God. Well, now I'm forced into a stealth section. Miyazaki loves those apparently. And then after all that fun, I found the building. Nothing but a bunch of headless bodies as a warm welcome. And then I opened the door to hear a horroring plea. Mintra hits me with the classic "no one's home, go away." While being home, it obviously wants me to stay. I noticed that there's a light coming from this painting that didn't make sense, so I rolled into it and look at that. Time to travel through the Ments. For all the real estate this Mintra had, it was relatively a short dungeon. I mean, mostly just jump puzzles in this very, very concerning diary page. Like, Mintra, my guy, you can't be leaving your erotic fanfiction around when you have guests over.
Well, look at this, a funny little lever. Oh no, oh god. No, Mr. Swings a lot. Okay, the tag teaming, this team comp needs to stop. I'm tired of it.
Though, all the high beam walks, mad rats, pile of books, and the Inquisitors hanging about, I made it to the prayer room, where I met the man of the Ments. Okay, he was smaller than I thought. Oh, he's gonna write smut about me now. Oh, this is so bad. Well, not my friend Wild Swing Ash of War has anything to say about that, which was awesome due to its raw stagger, but I wasn't ready for what was going to happen.
Interesting. Dude, he makes the grossest fucking creatures, Miyazaki. I mean, this kid just needs to eat some, like, protein or something. Maybe we can get some 10-pound dumbbells. He'd be good. What? Oh. Nanaya. Oh my god. Ayo. Whoa. Oh my god, Miyazaki, I didn't know your game, bro. I didn't know you played like this. Oh my fucking god, that's epic. Oh, I love the little dagger too that he's got. Oh my god, okay, you know what? Just, that cutscene was fucking awesome, dude.
Now that's how you do a fucking introduction. Midra, the Lord of the Woke, who at first seemed very daunting, was actually not that hard to deal with. His swings were honest, but his woke mind virus blasts were anything but. Like, tell me what you see here. Oh yeah, it's because you can't see anything. Though after a few attempts, you see the writing on the walls. That's if he decides to be cool. It was just applying all the pieces of the Dragon Ball and dealing with the task at hand. Honestly, that was my favorite fight in the DLC. But, do you notice something? Still no Mesmer. I returned to Shadow Keep, hoping to find this fucking guy somewhere. Off the beaten path, I managed to find another one of Lita's cult members, but he seemed different. Ansbach, one of Moog's subjects, tells me they're all under a trance and now it has been broken. He tells me all that he knows about what's happened. I also decided to give Dryleaf Dane his battle, which ended with him giving me his martial arts, which was a very cool and fun weapon. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, back at the Specimen Storehouse, I moved past that blunder and head towards a new guy, who wasn't Mesmer, but could very well lead me to him, or his kindling at least. This was actually most of my runs. I don't know if you're supposed to dodge a natty, but it took me a while to find the strat that worked well for me. But first, let's start with my thought process. My first idea was dealing with Gaius head on, but that didn't work well at all. He felt very awkward to deal with, and his boar was impossible to get the timing down, so I decided, why engage? Why am I, as a man, having to go head-to-head with another man riding his hog? Let's let my intellect do the talking. And that worked as well as you would think, in ending myself with miscasting Night Maiden's Mist. And just failing to juggle Riding Torrent and casting spells, plus the damage wasn't worth it. Honestly, I don't know how you casters do it. Keep up the good work. Eventually, I manned up, and I dealt with it like a true man, by attempting not to fight. By obtaining the Oh Mother gesture at Bonnie Village, you can open the secret passage to the hinterland, where you can see the arena, so I should be able to jump over there, right? If I could see it, I can reach it. No. Eventually, I just unretired the dual skimmies and showed him what it meant to be persistent. After Gaius explodes to dust, or whatever bosses do when they die, I head to where I thought Mesmer would be, but no. It's just this beautiful view of the Scooby-Doo tree and some fragments for Daddy, but once again, I'm back where I started. I knew I was missing something in this fucking labyrinth. So, I did the only thing I thought of. I just kinda turned my brain off and just retraced my steps, until by the grace of all that was golden, I have seemed to stumble upon the greatest mama boy of all time, Mesmer.
I swear to God, if that... You know what? I'm gonna pretend like that guy didn't hit me. We're just gonna continue moving forward because this is a new cutscene and I want to enjoy it. Kinda very dark room, huh? Do I love when fucking media does that, where all the candles illuminate the whole room? It's just so sick, so cool. Ooh, snake. He's a cutie. He's a snake. Oh, he's really cute. Oh, look at him. He's a little bashful. Like Frank's fucking beta male smile really take me out of this cutscene, not gonna lie. He's just always he's just happy to be there. Okay. Oh, this is the cover guy. This is the guy in the fucking cover, huh? Finally. Okay. So that's Mesmer. Ooh. Oh, I like the fire effect. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Okay, I'm happy to fight you, Mesmer. Handshake. Oh my fucking God. He did fucking kill me, that asshole.
Mesmer felt fair. He was a classic FromSoft skill check boss, and I was not ready for this assignment because I literally died to every single swing at least once. It was such a spectacle to see the skinny snake man fly around the room like he owned the place. But I can only be embraced by Mesmer's flame so much before I wanted to brace a Colt 45. Well, just like all things, all I needed was exposure therapy. A work week of exposure. Bear in mind, these weren't like 30-minute sessions either. These can span anywhere from 3 to 8 hour play sessions. I just couldn't get any leeway. I was hitting a wall, I'd adjust the dual skimmies, and eventually I found my footing. My approach was different than Rolana's. With her, I wanted to slow down the pace to my speed. But for the brooding mama's boy, I need him to dance to the beat of my drum. And that devolved during Phase 2, which became almost a parody of Phase 1. More opportunities for retaliation. He let himself go. Upon realizing his mother was Queen Marika, I wasn't just a stepfather, but I was the father that stepped up and crushed his throat.
Yes, dude. Fuck yeah. Thank God that's finally over with.
With his kindling acquired, I ran back to the Church of the Bud to set ablaze to the sealing tree to have access to the final part of the DLC. But before we get there, it's side quest time. Outside Mesmer's arena was one of the soldiers who, upon death, gave me a little fire ash of war. Having traveled through almost all the Shadow Keep, there was a boss I met in the early game that this would be perfect for. With Flame Spear and the Great Katana, this avatar, you couldn't handle the raw testosterone Frank's weakling arms had. My favorite part of the boss fight was the 3-time fake out. From was really funny with that, and I loved how in the third phase, we do this. God damn, that was so cool. Now that that's over with, I've obtained Mikla's Great Rune, which was useless to me right now. So let's just get back on track. Let's head to the final area. This hellscape cannot be understated. I was used to everything murdering me in one shot. I mean, at this point, it was shocking when I don't get one tapped. But the enemy combination that came out of Miyazaki's Demented Noggin took me for a loop here. One such instance was this stairway. This alone took me probably a good 3 hours to get past. If you play the game, you know how awful it is to navigate this. But as the stars aligned, I managed to capture an opening and just barely skate by. I've officially made it past the main headache. But this place was still full of annoyances, all which culminated into the greatest headache of them all.
Why is it you? Please, I pray to God, please be like an actual boss fight and not a gank fight where I have to fight like NPCs. I hate these fights. They're the worst fights in the game.
Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree desired all along.
Yeah. I was joshing you. I was pretty. Oh, I'm a prankster. Gotcha. Tricked you.
If you insist upon
I'm gonna kill him. I have to kill Mikla. I'm sorry. I apologize, but it's just the way the world works. But I don't want to fight you. And there's a something sign.
So apparently I've been hashing this cult's vibe, so now I have become the boss and they have become the gamers. For narrative reasons, I love this fight. I think it's a fantastic culmination of opposite views duking out during the dawn of a new age. As for gameplay, it's not fun. Gameplay or NPC fights have always been my least favorite type of boss. Not only that, I made every bad choice in the DLC. Remember when this happened? I told Morn, one of the Mikla fan club members, what I would do when I'm feeling down. All those choices have led to a worse outcome. I have to beat 4 NPCs in a huge gank fight. It would have been 5 if I helped Freya with whatever she wanted me to do, but nevertheless, I'm in a world of hurt. It took me to the edge. So much so that I needed help. So I called my bud, Sanguine Noble Natan, to help me out. He was kind of useful, but the issue isn't the horn set, you see. Kit gets tossed like a salad. It's Morn. He's just way too tanky. Wild Swings would eviscerate a lesser NPC, but it does nothing for him. Also, he throws pots like an NFL linebacker and has the aim of an FBI sniper. Like, it's ridiculous. I wasn't getting anywhere, so I had to make the ultimate sacrifice. Listen, I wanted to do this natural, without using any performance-enhancing drugs, but this fight actually felt impossible. I think I would have been fine if it wasn't against cult leader Lita and the spamming squad. So I said, fuck it. In a moment of weakness, I used all the Erdtree fragments and revered spirit ash I had on my person to help with damage output, and then switched to a different playstyle, where I spammed the Blade of Death Ash of War, while my summon and the recently upgraded Nephili Lu deal with the NPCs. To be honest, I thought the fragments would have made more of a difference, but whatever. I switched my flasks to cool blue and then just started the spam fest. After ironing out some of the kinks of the strategy, it worked. Now, there's nothing in my way. Well, except fucking Radahn. It felt weird that the final boss was Radahn. I was hoping for a battle against Mikla, but whatever. Radahn was kind of everything I wanted him to be, though. He had flashy moves, all of which were telegraphed properly, except fucking cross slash. This move, I kid you not, this move is one of the worst moves in a video game I've ever seen. It was hard to dodge, and he pulls out whenever the fuck he wanted to. I rarely figured out how to dodge this move successfully. I just kind of went for it and prayed through my days of battling Radahn. Being lighter felt like it made all the difference. That was probably placebo, but that wouldn't hold a candle Phase 2. Phase 2 was just goofy. The weak and brittle Radahn needed Chad Nicola to help him out because the Great Badman hurt me. Great. Except half the time, I felt like I was battling an EDM concert. The saving grace is that it was mostly the same moves. They just required harder gaming, but some moves felt like understanding a different language. Like this move. How the fuck do you dodge that? Oh well, you run to the side. Or this move. Same as the first phase, but now at the end you run back. Intentional? No. The gamers find a way. Oh yeah, Cross Slash is back. And it's accompanied by a fucking leg show. Attempt after attempt after attempt. I started to figure this out. The nuances of the fight. Where to stand during this move. How to dodge that move. When will he follow up with that move? What his ass smelled like, because I literally never left his left boot. Until day 30. I finally fell a god. And just like Nicola, I felt like I lost a bit of myself during this journey. And all I have to show for it is this lousy cutscene. 10 out of 10. No notes. So, hey. Video's over. Sorry for the delay. I wanted to get this out like 2 months ago, but life really got in the way. But I want to thank you for watching. And again, please subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and comment on what you'd like to see me do. I have like the whole year planned out, which for me is probably like a video every 2 fucking months during my upload schedule. But if you have a good idea, leave a comment about it, and I'll add to the rotation. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.